Hi friends! It's Miss Tracy
And Miss Hannah.
with Smith County Public Library, and we're here in the kids section, and you're not, but we hope you're going to be here soon. And we are ending up the month of April. This is the last day, so I'm going to read you a book about birds because of course we did the project with the birds this month. And if you didn't get a packet, I still have a couple of these. So, and it was also Poetry Month.
Yes. And so today we're going to read a book also about poetry and the world.
Yeah, so she's doing poetry and I'm doing birds. How about that? Okay, but first let's start by ringing the bell. Gather around for story time. Okay. Here's your first and you click them 4 logs up. That was fast. And then you open and close them like a book. Read, read, read a book. Travel anywhere. Worldwide, you decide a book can take you there. You want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I love
right.
this one.
And so today's book is All the World by Liz Garton Scantlin. And it's published by our friends at the Beach Lane Books.
And the pictures are so pretty.
Yes, it's so pretty. And it's illustrated by Marla Frazee. All right. So, let's see. Rock, stone, pebble, sands. Body, shoulder, arm, hands. A shell, a moat to dig, a shell to keep. All the world is wide and deep.
I love that picture with the truck driving. Oh, it's so pretty.
The art in this book is so
It is
beautiful. And there's so much to look at all the time. Hive, bee, wings, hum, husk, cob, corn, yum, tomato blossom, fruit so red. I'm picking out from their garden, which you guys may have already started doing or will do later in the summer. All the world's a garden bed.
Ooh, at the farmer's market.
Tree, trunk, branch, crown, and look, now they're eating their snacks as they go along with their wagon. Climbing up and sitting down, morning sun becomes noon blue. All the world is old and new.
I love that picture because you got the old tree with the kids sitting in it, and then the new tree that you got at the farmer's market.
And then over here you have Grandpa.
Yeah, he's with the new tree and the kids are in the old tree.
Road, street, track, path, ship, boat, wooden rafts. Nest, bird, feather, fly, all the world has got its sky. Slip, trip, stumble, fall, tip the bucket, spill it all. Better luck another day. Oh, it's raining this one. All the world goes round this way.
It does.
And always rains everywhere, at least at some point. Table, bowl, cup, spoon, hungry tummy, supper's soon. Butter, flour, big black pot. This might look like your house when you guys cook sometimes. All the world is cold and hot.
Hey, will you go back a page for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're coming in from the storm.
Yeah, there they are, all soaked and drenched from the storm.
But that's okay, because this person's going to make it all better by getting food. And they're cooking the food.
I love that.
Food always makes
Yes,
it better.
it does. And then there's that image from the outside where it looks all cozy inside.
And warm, and they're safe from the storm. Spreading shadows, setting sun. Cricket's curtains, day is done. A fire takes away the chill. You see, it takes away the chill from the rain earlier. And so the sun's setting now and the sky is all pretty again. All the world can hold quite still. Nanas, papas, cousins, kin, piano, harp, and violin. Babies passed from neck to knee. And I think this is a party. Look at all the different babies and all the different loved ones and how happy they are to see each other. All the world is you and me.
That is a beautiful poem.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still more.
Sorry. Everything you hear, smell, see, all the world is everything. Everything is you and me. Hope and peace and love and trust. All the world is all of us.
I love that one.
It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Just reading one line from that book automatically puts me in a good mood.
I know. Check it out sometime and take a good
Please.
look at the pictures. They're great. Okay, this one I chose because it was one of my very favorites when I was little. And I had it memorized when I was just a little one. So here you see Mama Bird and Papa Bird with all the stuff in their mouth. It's called The Best Nest by P.D. Eastman. Mr. Bird was happy. He was so happy he had to sing. This was Mr. Bird's song. I love my house, I love my nest, in all the world my nest is best. It's all the world, but that's what that book is called. That's cool.
Look at us making connections.
So there he is, singing on top. Uh-oh, look at this image here. Oh, Mrs. Bird came out of the house. It's not the best nest, she said. I'm tired of this old place, said Mrs. Bird. I hate it. Let's look for a new place right now. I mean, that's pretty fussy, right?
Yeah.
Their house is just fine. Especially look at his little face.
It's so sad.
So they left the old place to look for a new one. There they are looking. This place looks nice, said Mr. Bird. Let's move in here. See the hole in the tree? Ooh, but somebody else already moved in.
Oh.
And look how angry that raccoon is. Mr. Bird's really getting it today.
He's not happy.
So they looked at another house. This one looks nice, said Mr. Bird.
Maybe.
And there's nobody in it.
Much better than last time.
You're wrong, said Mrs. Bird. This house belongs to a foot.
Oh no.
I always liked that part when I was little. So they went on looking. I like this one, said Mr. Bird. It has a pretty red flag on the roof. As you can see, the mail truck's coming and they've picked out a mailbox to live in. I've always wanted a house with a flag, said Mrs. Bird. Maybe this place will be all right. But it was not all right. I guess I made a mistake, said Mr. Bird.
Poor Mr. Bird.
You make too many mistakes, said Mrs. Bird.
Aww.
She's so hateful.
He's trying his best.
I'm going to pick the next house. And here it is, right here. See the open slat there in the top? That's where she's chosen to move them into. They flew in, they looked around. Isn't it too big? Asked Mr. Bird. I like this place. I like this big place, said Mrs. Bird. This is the place to build our new nest. Can you guys see what could possibly go wrong here? They went right to work. They needed many things to build their nest. First they had to get some hay.
Right, as one does.
Yeah. Then they had to get some soda straws.
I bet that would hold up against a big bad wolf.
Look, they took it right out of her drink. And some broom straws. And then they got some sweater string.
Fresh sweater string is best.
Then they got some stocking string from that old lazy old guy in the hammock there. And some mattress stuffing, also from the hammock. And they even got some horsehair. And they got some man hair too.
Oh, and you look too happy about that.
He looks like he has enough to spare. So they took some off his head and some off his face. Soon they had all the hay, all the straw, all the string, all the stuffing, all the horsehair, and all the man hair they could carry. They took it all back to build their nest. Mr. and Mrs. Bird worked very hard. It took them the rest of the morning to finish their nest. This nest really is the best, said Mrs. Bird. I want to stay here forever.
Aww.
And then Mr. Bird, well, he's happy too. He flew to the top of that house and he sang his song again. I love our house, I love our nest, in all the world our nest is best. He was so busy singing that he didn't even see Mr. Parker coming.
Uh-oh.
Can you guess what Mr. Parker's coming to do?
Oh, no.
I remember as a child dreading this from like as soon as they went in the church.
Oh, no.
Every day at 12 o'clock, Mr. Parker came into the church. He came to pull a rope. The rope went up to the bird's new nest.
Oh, no.
The rope rang the bell right under Mrs. Bird's nest. Bong, bong, bong. Mrs. Bird flew out of there as fast as she could. When Mr. Bird came in, all he could see was a mess of hay and string and stuffing and horsehair and man hair and straws. But where was Mrs. Bird?
Oh, no. Where did she go?
He was over on this side. Like, he was up top and he came in this way and she went out the other way, so they didn't see each other. Now she's gone.
Oh, no.
I will look for her until I find her, said Mr. Bird. He looked high, he looked low, he looked everywhere for Mrs. Bird. He looked down a chimney. This is the part of the everywhere. He looked down a chimney,
He
but
tried.
Mrs. Bird wasn't there.
No.
He looked down the water barrel, but Mrs. Bird wasn't there. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Then he saw a big fat cat.
Oh,
And there was a
no.
big fat smile on the fat cat's face. And there were some pretty brown feathers near the fat cat's mouth. Mr. Bird began to cry. Oh dear, he cried. Oh dear, the fat cat has eaten Mrs. Bird. Mr. Bird flew off. I'll never see Mrs. Bird again, he cried. It was getting dark, and it began to rain. And it rained harder and harder. Mr. Bird could not even see where he was going. Crash! He bumped right into something. Poor Mr. Bird.
Poor Mr. Bird.
It was his old house, that old house that Mrs. Bird hated. I'll go inside, said Mr. Bird. I'll rest while the rain stops. Mr. Bird went in and look who he saw.
Aw.
Mrs. Bird!
Wonderful.
Sitting there, and she was singing, and she said, I love my house, I love my nest in all the world. My nest is best. You? Here? Said Mr. Bird. I thought you hated this old nest. Not to mention he thought she was dead.
Yeah. That's probably very traumatic.
Mrs. Bird smiled. I used to hate it, she said, but a mother bird can change her mind. You see, there's no nest like an old nest for a brand new bird. And when the egg popped open, the new bird thought so too.
That's so sweet.
Books were way longer then.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to do some fun stuff in May.
We are. So much fun
For
stuff.
one thing, have you ever heard the term, May the Force be with you? Well, that's from Star Wars, and we're going to do some May the 4th Star Wars activities. So stay tuned.
Yeah,
Check
and
back
you can
in.
still submit to our poetry magazine. It's all ages.
That's right. That's not ending at the end of April.
No.
And neither is bird watching.
No. You can always bird watch.
Exactly. Anytime. This is our book, and that is our book, and that's the end of our show today. Our show.
Bye,
It's a show.
guys.
Bye, friends. Bye.